So this is an incredible day for your Toronto Zoo. We have our new orangutan habitat, 13,000 square feet of new space for them to be outdoors, to climb up these incredible towers, to move between those spaces, be up in trees, feel the wind in their fur in the Rouge Valley. This is going to be a great addition for these incredible animals. So this project, its roots actually go back almost a decade, with our team starting to think about how we can create a new space for the orangutans in our care. Since then, our conservancy, the Toronto Zoo Wildlife Conservancy, has raised over $5 million to build this new space, and we're pleased to be opening it now and introducing these animals to it in the days ahead.
Coming up on the right here is our construction worker exhibit. Just kidding. This is our new outdoor orangutan habitat. This will be used by researchers and scientists to get a better look at these amazing apes. Sorry for all of the construction dust. One of our orangutans just gave birth to a baby.
Well, maybe I found Kyle and Matt.
So the City of Toronto is a proud supporter of the Toronto Zoo as one of our agencies. We are so delighted that we were able to contribute several $1 million to this project, and thanks to the wonderful partnership with the Toronto Zoo Foundation, this great place is now a reality. So the City of Toronto contributes every year to the operating and the capital budget of the Toronto Zoo, and for our capital projects there's also a fundraising component, and it's just wonderful that the Toronto Zoo Foundation was able to match our contribution and make this beautiful space a reality.
Endangered in the wild due to the development of palm oil plantation. Palm oil is used in everything from packaged bread to lipstick, so if you would like to help save these beautiful species, give it help by only purchasing products that use sustainably sourced palm oil.
The main idea about releasing or reintroducing animals into open areas or more naturalistic habitats is to mimic their habitats in the wild, and that is to improve welfare of the orangutans. So one of the things that it aims to do is to increase species-typical behaviors, so behaviors that you would normally see in the wild, and the idea for that is that it is approximate to good welfare.
So one of the key things at your zoo is animals have choice and control. They decide when they're going to go and where they're going to go. So we hope they're going to be out here in the days ahead, but that's going to be up to them as they get used to this whole new space. Imagine moving into a whole new house and having to explore it, to understand it, to feel comfortable in it. So when you come to your zoo, you may have the opportunity to have a nose-to-nose experience with an orangutan right by the waterfall here. You may be able to look up on the lines and see them moving between the spaces, or they might still be inside at your Toronto Zoo in their habitat there. So we look forward to seeing you at your zoo and reconnecting you to these incredible animals.
All good. Thank you. I believe a lot of our communities are around, so just follow their steps. Okay, everybody. Erwin.
So the idea for this particular habitat is choice and control, and that choice and control happens when there is exploration. So the information to make an informed choice. So it would take as long as it would per orangutan, so it would vary for each individual orangutan. And so it's hard to tell right now how long it would take. We would have to follow and respect each orangutan's pace and timing of their own exploration of the current habitat. So we will be taking videos of the process as well, and we will be showing them in our screens, or on our screens, I should say, because that is an integral part of this whole project, is introducing them and giving them their own time and space. So that includes respecting the need of the orangutans to explore on their own time, explore without the distractions of like hearing other people or like noise or other things, other stimuli that might cause them to gravitate towards things or associate specific areas with specific memories. It would be, again, based on that particular time, but the guests and visitors would be able to see it through our recordings. And that would be the most natural approximate of what they would do anyway, because we don't have the influence of like external factors affecting things. One of the things that we look at, or one of the things that we always consider, is how sensitive the orangutans would be to various natural things that happen. So compared to being indoors, this would be very different, and Canada is very varied when it comes to its climate. So we always will consider what the climate is before we just let the orangutans out. So of course, like if it's bad for us, we wouldn't let the orangutans out at the same time. So right now, if the air quality is pretty poor, of course we wouldn't necessarily let the orangutans out either. So it's not Indonesia, and it's definitely not summer the entire year, and there is a limit in terms of the temperature in which they can actually go out. So for many of our species, it would be somewhere around 10 degrees or something that they can go out. It would still vary, of course. This is something that is currently being explored. So, of course, many of these things would have to change over time. But again, as with the issue with air quality, we would have to factor in the climate. These poles are kind of like trees. Yeah, so these poles are kind of like trees, and they're meant to like get the orangs to go up. Vertical space is a very important thing for orangutans, particularly for their welfare. So exploring the Z-axis of that, they'd be able to go up, they'd be able to cross the O-lines and do far movements going laterally as well, be able to stay here, view the sky, view the skyline as well of Toronto, and of course the beautiful Rouge Valley as well. So they'd be able to see that. There are foraging posts up there as well, so the keepers are able to put food up there, and it allows the orangs to explore the habitat and diversify where they get their food. So it would be mimicking natural foraging behavior for orangutans.
So we were absolutely delighted when the zoo brought forward the idea to provide an outdoor habitat for the orangutans. I am so delighted that my furry residents of Scarborough Rouge Park, because I am the local councillor, are now going to be able to enjoy this great outdoor space.
It is my absolute pleasure to invite the visitors and your viewers to the Toronto Zoo's Gunung Leuser orangutan habitat.
Our new amazing orangutan exhibit, which will be open to the public on the 30th of June, which is 2 days from now. It is a world-class exhibit where the orangutans will be able to swing over the heads of guests from platform to platform on those ropes you see, and they will even have a button that they can press in order to spray the viewing area with water. You've probably noticed that there are some orangutan stuff scattered about, and as today there was a special event for people who were members and staff of the zoo to learn about what went into the creation of this exhibit.